What's up, everybody? It's Monday night, and you know what that means. It's the Stereo Joe Show. I just want to say the show used to be a lot cooler when I could start it late, but now Nick makes me start it on time every week. Jesus. Now, anyway, just kidding, guys. I'm excited to be here. As always, we just had Bumblefoot follow our band on Stereo Joe on Instagram. I'm so freaking excited. What a sick guitarist. Love his work. He just actually was recording something with another guest we just had on the show. Mind blown. Anyway, enough to that. We're getting to tonight. We got a killer show. We got my boy and good friend Cyris Jacob from the band Cyris coming on, and we'll be checking out a music video by him, seeing what's going on. Hey! And then we got Andrew on the show. He's a singer-songwriter, also been in a bunch of bands. You're going to know him. He's been on before. Hell of a guitarist, so we'll be talking with him. Then we got a new guest. We got Danny Horovitz on tonight, going all the way up to Tirado. He's going to be performing a song here. Really cool guy. I'm really excited to talk to him. We'll be finding out what he's been up to. And last but not least, we got Yorg Detroit on the show. He's blowing up on Instagram, doing a lot of different things. He even plays a guitar. If you don't know what that is, you better stick around and find out. I'm so excited. We got Nick and Remy backstage. We got a couple other people there too. But first, we got a music video that we didn't test, Nick. Are we ready for this? I sure hope so.
Baby. Here we go. Here we go. I like the way we jam slow. The snow so cold it froze on my damn toes. Mellow mood smooth like Brando. Spray paint can in my hand so you can call me Van Gogh. The way I spit a picture, let your man flow. Hit the drum, strum the guitar, bass a banjo. And if you're listening to it, then let the band know. Life's like a big happy dance show. You can pop, duck, and roll. You can drop it low like a street light. Stop and go, but not too slow. Live it to the limit. You don't get to live it twice. Throw the chips, roll the dice. Yeah, own it life. Ride the highs and the lows like a roller coaster. Loop-de-loop, do it over. Here it goes. Over and over and over. I keep it creeping down, I swallow. I follow my heart, but my heart wants to wallow in love. So let's just love. If everything is loving, everyone don't judge. Cause loving ain't judging. Let me tell you something. Nothing real, I'm bluffing. Puffing on your marijuana cigarette. And I bet money on a couple of my closest friends. We gonna make it cause we're making music every night. We may not know a lot, but we know when it feels right. My mind conversations with the devil saying hello and hell no. I'm reminded I'm alone, telling souls so how much would it cost me? And the price of my dreams becoming too costly. And the price of tea, so I sit and sip my coffee. Yeah. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go again. Another verse in the universe, flowing in the wind. Write it down, spit it out, hope you know it's him. People ask, they don't know what this is. All I know is when it hits and it all makes sense. I'm happy as a pig when he rolls and shit. I'm trying to describe it, but all I know is it's big and it's coming at me quick. So hard to not flinch. Jump over the whole mouth, just give me an inch. Jump right on in if I feel the itch. When I'm in the zone, I twitch. We get higher in this bitch. No secret, we're above the crowd. We've reached it. High as James and the Giant Peaches. I'm speechless. Here we go. Oh, here we go. Yeah, yeah. Here we go. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Here we go. Oh, oh.
The best part right now.
I like the way we go.
Yo, that was awesome. That's the Big Happy.
Yeah, that they are a band, I believe, out of the Long Island area, and hopefully we can get them on the show sometime soon and get to know them on a personal level.
Yeah, that was exciting. That was original. We haven't played anything like that. It kind of reminded me of some of the other bands. But then the rapping going over, having a girl rapper, then the singing. So that was really nicely done. But
you know, it's funny. Someone actually made a post recently about their favorite ska bands, and someone posted them as one of their favorite locals, and that's how it came across them. Yeah. So they're like they may not be ska, but you might like that style too.
Yeah, they had a cool vibe to them. So all right, well, awesome, bro. Is it as cool as your beard?
Dude, nothing's as cool as this beard, and doesn't get this cool and so on. People approach me on the street all the time and ask me, how does the beard get so nice and how does it stay so sexy? It doesn't have to be a struggle if you also partner with the beard struggle. They've got products for beards of all sizes, whether you've got a brand new beard, you got little stubble, or you're growing a full-blown forest and you're trying to race me to have more hair than I do. So if that's the case, they've got products, anything you need, they've got you covered. If you're thinking that might break the bank, use checkout code StereoJO for not only 15% off your entire purchase, but if you're one of our friends in the US and you happen to spend $40 or more, they'll ship that to you for FREE. And who can't compete with free shipping? Because honestly, that's the selling point for me.
Boom, I'm sold, Nick. Hey, speaking of sold, have you seen Remy? Where the hell is she?
Remy.
I was trying to find those luscious locks to compare to Nick, but I couldn't do it.
So, you know what had me at that last song? That song had me, they said Van Gogh, check. And then they had a picture of the Beatles in the background, that psychedelic picture, check. That's when I knew I liked them.
They were great. I mean, all around, for sure.
Yeah.
But they're not as great as the guests we have coming on tonight.
Nope.
We got a great lineup. We got Cyris, Andrew, a.k.a. Christian, Danny, and Yorg. Awesome cast of characters tonight. Got a lot of great musicians, so I'm really excited. But what have you two been up to since last week?
You know,
Me?
just
I was like, which one are you talking to?
go for it, Remy.
Both.
Not
you.
much. You know, raising a baby, living the dream.
Okay.
Living
All
the beautiful
Anything
dream.
exciting going on? Any breast pumping or action going on? What's going on? The people want to know.
We need the gritty details.
No breast pumping going on.
All right, damn it. I was hoping for some X-rated Stereo Joe convo, but I guess we'll save that for after hours.
Oh my
Nick's
God.
always
I'm gonna find you and I'm gonna slam your head into your computer right now.
Nick's always pumping breasts, so I figured in good company.
That's right. If you want to see daily breast pumping, follow me on Instagram at Nick Fantuzzi. But if you're new to
That's more
Stereo,
like OnlyFans. Not even-
right? If you're new to Stereo Joe, you should follow us on Spotify, Facebook, and Instagram because we have some new music we've been working on. So we hope that you are prepared for when that comes out because we don't want you to miss out.
Absolutely, dude. And Nick, how do you find all these cool artists, bro?
I get lucky. It's a combination of magic, prayer, and
He's a shaman.
yeah, exactly.
Hair.
And then
All he has to do is send a picture of his hair and like their soul.
He's a shaman Viking. He's like, all right. Well, listen, Mr. Shaman, I love it. We got a great group. We got some characters on tonight, so I'm real excited to talk to everybody. I'm so excited. We're already in episode 4. We're flying by. We got episode 100 coming up. Nick and I have been putting our heads together, but we haven't done it with Remy yet, so we haven't got the real good ideas because she's the smart one.
yeah, we want to make episode 100 real special because we actually did season 4 finale as our very first in-person show, and we want to do something even cooler, something more special to commemorate the longevity of the show, but also the fact that everyone's been sticking around with us since episode 1 and has been able to be the reason why we're able to continue to get these artists, continue to do this now week after week. It wouldn't be the same without everybody who tunes in.
Yeah, and we're planning a cool show coming up, actually. I can't give too many details on it, but Nick and I are kicking some, not having ideas, but we're contacting some people. So it should be a cool one coming up. So we got some concept shows coming up. We're looking at the big 100. And, of course, we're going to have this season 5 finale, and that's going to be the biggest show we've done yet. So if you want to be a part of it or you got a friend that wants to get on here, please let them know. This is the Stereo Joe Show. We're bringing you music from all around the world. And today we're going right out to PA to bring it on our friend that we've had on a bunch before, Mr. Cyris himself from the band Cyris. Welcome to the show. Hey, you're not Cyris. This is Cyris.
How's it going, Jimmy?
Yo, bro, that's not my fault. Someone dropped out, and as I clicked it, your box slid in. You know what? I need a producer backstage. What the hell you been up to, though?
Not too much, man. We've been going to a lot of shows lately. Just being a guest in the crowd and watching a lot of awesome shows, like the Megadeth show last night, and then In This Moment on Saturday at the Sherman. Just been kind of enjoying life right now. Still got song in the studio and still working on second album. So yeah, moving along.
That's awesome. Yeah, I've seen you out at the show. You're a lot of fun. You guys are great to go to shows with. I meant to link up to another one, but we're gonna have to play that again soon. But yeah, man, you've been seeing a lot, man. And it wasn't just Megadeth last night. You had a lot of other cool bands there too.
Yeah, In Flames, Trivium, and Lamb of God, and yeah, the pit, man, was insane.
Yeah, you were saying you got a video.
Yeah, yes, I have a video of a guy when Megadeth was playing Symphony of Destruction. Must have went down, or I don't know, something happened. They brought out the stretcher, they put him on the stretcher, and as they're chugging along, this guy is in the stretcher, headbanging, hands up like he's all good as he's being wheeled out. And I gotta find out who that legend is.
I was gonna say that guy is a legend. That's awesome. Well, dude, and you said you've been doing new music, working on things, and we were talking a little bit about how your method of that. I'm a crazy lunatic. I go in, record all these songs at once, and then I get overwhelmed because there's so much to do. But you chop it out a little bit differently. Do you have like a special technique that you want to share with anyone, or like strategy that you do?
So I got lucky when I ran into my producer Dylan and his brother Sean. We just kind of hit it off. So we kind of just tried it out to see how it worked. And then when I found out it's actually doable, that's when I kind of started budgeting out. I was still in college back then. So, I was working like 3 jobs, all funding it myself, just trying to work and put the music out there. So it's kind of part of the reason why we don't play out. We have played out before, but we got to know in advance and have all the details so that I could get everybody together to play out. But when it comes to doing music in the studio, it's pretty much exclusively the core members of the project. So we kind of do it backwards, right? I have vocals, I'll do a melody on a keyboard, or we'll do it the other way where somebody's got, a cool riff and we'll incorporate it in, and I'll, fit some lyrics and stuff around that, fit the concept. And we just do it one at a time because, financially, like I still got to pay for it. Producers still got to get paid, and it's expensive. So that's why, I think our last release was back in January, maybe. So we were trying to do like an every other month cadence, but of course life hits you get your bills and stuff. So that's why we kind of have a gap every once in a while, but we just do it one at a time, pace it out, try not to stress about it too much. And just keep going. I keep saying it's a band that'll never break up because we're just always going to be doing it.
Yeah. And it's kind of cool the way you're doing it. So you don't always have to go to a show, deal with the pressure of a show. There's so much stuff going on at the show that people don't realize. Just getting people there alone is so much fun. And, that's always great. Then there's always the sound and, making sure everyone shows up on time. And there's just so much to deal with. Like every venue is different. So the sound doesn't always sound the same at each place. And so that's cool though, that you're able to focus on the recording aspect of a little bit more. Now, when you're doing your vocals, say, or anything, do you have like a special thing that you like to do? Like you were saying, you start with the melody first, but do you lay down the main vocals at the end? And then if you do you do you sing with a backtrack? How does that work?
So pretty much when I go in, right? So I still every week go and have vocal lessons and stuff. So I'll work exclusively with my teacher, and we'll really nail down how to sing the song, because it's not just, this is our pitch or whatever. These are the notes we're hitting. It's a lot of how are we going to say the words, and you end up saying some funny stuff. What am I going to put accents on? Am I going to add a shh in there or something like that at the end, or trying to keep like a continuous flow as you sing, because then when that translates live, it just flows out so much more naturally. And that's just, good technique for singing. So if we're doing something, we always have some sort of, most of the time, like a heavy screaming in the song occasionally, or for effect. So usually what I like to do is I'll start with like the melodic parts first and kind of get those done. And then we'll do screaming last. And yeah, I do the harmonies. Sometimes my producer will do the harmonies if we're trying to get that different sounding voice in there. And everybody, has different voice and, their own abilities. So we use that to our advantage sometimes, have them, do some screaming or something, just because we're looking for something different. As for how that translates live right now, we have the ability to get the backtracks, but that's going to be a little tricky. And actually, we were just at the Trinity of Terror show with Ice Nine Kills, Black Veil Brides, and Motionless in White. And I really admired how the way Ice Nine Kills did their live show, because there was two guitarists singing, and then they had the backtrack going, but he was still doing his live vocals, and it just like all came together in such a perfect way. Because when I'm doing all the vocals in the studio, that's great, but you can't really do that live. So you got to figure out, and honestly, that's the most stressful part, I think, about a live show, is just the prep work, making sure that it's perfect, or as close to perfect as you can get. And then, like you said, figuring out the show and the venue and kind of all that prep work, getting the people in the right place at the right time. That's the most stressful part. The playing part's the easy part.
Yeah, that's the fun part. And that's what some musicians think the show is, but it's all of it, those slackers. No, but dude, well, anyway, all right, we're going to a video, 115. Are you ready?
Yes, 115 from Call of Duty for all those zombie players out there.
Let's do it. Wait a second. I know something's not right there. Nick, let's work on that real quick. Let's figure out what that is. Let's bring Cyris back in.
Yeah, I just looked at Amanda. I'm like, this is not sounding good over stream at all.
Well, I heard that and I was like, wait a second. I don't know if it's Nick's computer. I don't know if it's the compressor. But Nick.
I was going to say, it sounds super compressed.
Yeah, I was like, anyway, Nick, send that to me real quick. And then I'm going to bring you in after you send it, and then I'll pull it up and you guys can talk. But okay, so that was not the song we were listening to. We're getting the real song ready in just a second. But all right, tell me about this song real quick. What is it about?
So way back in 2010, Call of Duty came out with Black Ops, and there was a Easter egg, they called it, like, song, and the song was called 115. It was done by Kevin Sherwood, and Elena Siegman was on the vocals. So it has to do with like the lore of zombies and like Element 115 and how that kind of affected the whole storyline. But I fell in love with that song when I first heard it, and I used to listen to it like all the time on the ride in, like to high school and stuff, on the bus, and I always wanted to cover it, but never had like the abilities that like we have now. So finally, when we finished up the first album, I was like, you know what? Let's just do something different. And I reached out to my producer, and I'm like, let's do this song, and started working on it with my vocal coach. And it was a bit of a challenge. It's definitely tough doing both the singing and the screaming too. So a lot of fun.
Yeah, And those are some serious screams that you're doing in that. But something also cool about it. When did you release the cover? I also think it was on a certain day of the year too, right?
Yeah, I think we released it. It was like October 2019, and it was the 10-year anniversary of Black Ops, I think. And that was when they were like releasing Cold War, which was like the latest Black Ops game. So we tried to like time it as best as we could.
Yeah, no, I think that's a great way to do it, because that was always one of the coolest things about playing zombies was the Easter eggs, but finding the music, because when you get to those later levels, it gets intense, and those, especially that song in particular, is perfect for that later round.
Yeah, I think it was Kino der Toten, the theater map, and then you go around, you find like the meteorites, and like you connected like 3 or 5 of them or something, and then that riff just breaks in, and it was like, oh yeah, we're killing zombies. You know, it was awesome.
And oh, okay. Seems like we got the music video ready to go, so we'll catch you on the other side, and we'll see you in just a couple minutes.
Cool.
And we will be back with a video in just a few minutes. This is a good moment to remind you, if you're new to the show, share this with a couple of friends, invite some people, because we do want to get everyone involved. You know, you can comment and get your comments up on the screen and be a part of the show. Cyrus, I actually was about to ask you, being that you did play this song that was part of a game soundtrack, do games influence your music overall, or like how did that influence kind of like merge together?
It was actually kind of the first time like we did that, and I was like, well, you know what, like that's a crowd that we haven't tried to tap into, was like the gaming crowd, because that's like a whole other thing, you know. And I think Avenged Sevenfold did a really good job. They kind of capitalized on that. So just having the love for the song and doing it, even if it wasn't a gaming song, I would have done it. But
awesome. It sounds like we got it ready to go.
It's all yours to save me. This house is not my home. No forgiveness. And the reason is I don't want alone. I have returned, and everyone dies.
I apologize. I don't know what it is. I guess it just hates us tonight. Cyrus, I'm so sorry, bro. Oh no, that's not Cyrus. Oh my lord. Oh no.
it's all good. We'll just drop the link below.
That was the best teaser we've ever had on this show. I guess when it rains, it pours. And I think that is what's going on. There are thunderstorms going on in the area. So I'm assuming it's just something to do with the connection. But I'm so
we had them a little earlier. So I think they passed us and they're on to you now.
Oh, my God. Yeah, normally, I don't know if it didn't play from both. There was something wrong. But anyway, all right. So how many songs in are we on the recording right now? And do you have any timetables when you're going to be releasing?
So one in the studio right now. We've released 3 for the new album. We just released our last one, I believe, in January. That was called So Easy. It's a heavy one, a very personal one. So if you guys are into any metal or anything like that, definitely check it out. It's on our YouTube and all of our other sites. And we'll have a total of 13 or 14 songs on this album by the time we're finished. So again, just one at a time, or it'd be releasing them and releasing them, releasing them. I'm kind of in a heavy mood. I've been listening to a lot of heavy stuff and practicing the real low screams. So I think the next one's going to be brutal.
Wow. Speaking of brutal, I'm so sorry, bro. We're going to get you right next time. That means we're going to have you on real soon because I don't know what the hell happened, but we always play videos. We played the first video. It was great, so I'm not sure, but I apologize. But we'll talk to you soon, and we'll get you on real soon.
Appreciate it.
All right. Thanks again, bro. Talk to you soon. Tell me I said hi. Bye.
Will do. See you.
Guys, this is the Stereo Joe Show, but tonight this is a special episode of the Stereo Joke Show. I'm so sorry. I don't know what the hell happened. I really apologize. But I got Nick and I got Andrew. What's up, Nick?
Dude, we are excited to have Andrew back on the show. He is a singer-guitarist from NEPA, and he has been working on his solo music, and he's really excited to share some upcoming stuff he's been working on, and can't wait to hear and see what he's been doing, because it's been a while since he's been back on. So let's welcome back to the show, Andrew Tirado. Also known as Christian Porter from The Voice.
Yeah, well, actually, just real quick, guys. Andrew can't be here. It's actually me, Christian Porter. Andrew won a contest where he could make a wish, and he wished that I would step in full disguise and do an interview for him. So, I mean, just talk to me as if I'm Andrew, but just don't forget that I'm Christian Porter from The Voice, okay? And if you forget, then you can look. I have my trophies here from The Voice. I just got done. I'm still on FaceTime with Shakira. We're talking right, but I'll hang up on her for you guys.
Wow, Christian.
Just talk to me as if I'm Andrew, but just don't forget, I'm Christian Porter from The Voice.
We appreciate you making time out of your busy schedule to make it here tonight.
No problem. I just flew in. I just got back.
So tell us a little bit about your music and what this whole new solo EP is about for those that aren't familiar with your music yet.
So for Andrew Tirado solo stuff, he has an EP coming out at the latest December. All original stuff, 5 songs. But in the meantime, he has a lot of shows coming up, a lot of announcements, a lot of local events that local artists, and anybody from afar would like to join in on. I have an open mic that I'm starting on the 25th of May at Sorrenti's, and it'll be on alternating Wednesdays, every other Wednesday, from 5 to 8 p.m. I have a lot of shows coming up.
So if people wanted to get in touch with Andrew for signing up for the open mic, how should they get in touch?
They can just reach him at Andrew Tirado 19 on IG or Andrew Tirado Facebook. You can just personal message him. So some shows coming up this weekend or this week. On Wednesday, I'm starting something at the Happy Hour Bar and Grill. It's going to be all Latin instrumental stuff that I'll be doing on guitar using a looper. And that'll be alternating Wednesdays starting on the 18th, though. So some Wednesdays I'll be there. Some Wednesdays I'll be at Sorrenti's doing the open mic. They alternate. So that's coming up. And then I play at Blue Ridge Winery this Thursday. That's a really beautiful place. I hope some people can come check that out. And as always, you can check out Andrew's Instagram and Facebook for he posts videos every now and then of just stuff that I'm working on, whether it be new songs or new techniques or new styles, new vibes. What I sent you guys was like a video that I posted a while ago about where I was like trying to adopt like a new style or whatever. So yeah.
And can you tell us the name of the song and who it's originally by?
Yeah, it's a Corey Wong cover. Corey Wong's like a solo like a virtuoso guitarist. And the name of the song is Lily Pad.
Awesome. So we're really excited. We'll get that going, and we'll catch you on the other side.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah, that was killer. Let's get Christian back on the show. What's up, Christian?
Yeah, I'm here. How
Yo,
long?
when
How
you
long
see-
are we doing? Like, I'm not rushing, you guys. I can chat. Andy has me for like an hour. I got to fly back to the voice.
Yo, I wanted
Yeah,
to say,
Jimmy. I don't know if you saw my trophies here.
yo, I saw you on
Yeah.
TV. You were amazing. Wow.
Thank you.
And when you
Thank
see Andrew, please tell him I was really digging that song. Honestly, bro.
It's fine. You can just talk to me as if I'm Andrew. He paid me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, and Andrew, man, yo, what effects are you using on that? Is it just clean? Do you have like a chorus on? What are you using there?
Yeah, it's really like accentuated clean, man. Like a lot of like I really try to go for Corey Wong's sound, you know what I mean? So like he uses just a good amount of compression on his guitar and just a clean Fender amp and a Strat, man. Like and a lot of it is the picking technique, you know. So that was me like practicing. I like to share that because that ultimately is what transfers into like my creative stuff, like my original stuff and all that. And yeah.
Dude, that was insane. And I love that at the end when you got towards the solo. I wasn't expecting that. Like, and then I was like, oh.
Well, the solo is improv. Yeah. The solo is not part of the song. Yeah.
Well, I was digging it.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
So did you record that amp or was that direct?
So I have like an iRig thing and I just put it into my mixer and then like I mic up my amp into the mixer and then so it has like a nice, that's why it sounds like, you know, like good, like it's not an iPhone speaker, you know.
Yeah, and that's not easy to pull off, like doing an instrumental and keeping people's attention. But you really did it there. It was nice.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Yo, and I love these glasses. They're reminding me of this poster I used
Oh,
to have in my
well,
room.
hold on a second. Hold on. Well, I can't credit that to Andy. No, that's
Nirvana poster.
These are mine, Christians. Yeah, the
Oh,
wig. That's this is Arabic horsehair. So like that's the same
Oh,
type
it's a
Andy
wig.
uses.
I knew it. I knew it. I'm bringing in my wig expert, Remy. Let's get you back here. Listen, you know these sunglasses.
I mean, those are amazing. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, no. Only Christian Porter, me, can get these. Yeah.
Kurt Cobain had those.
Good. I wouldn't look good in them, so you're it's cool. You're good.
I'm sure you look great in them, but I don't know about the voice. Sorry. Yeah.
I'm going on The Voice so I can get yelled at. No, I want to go on America's Got Talent and have Simon Cowell tell me I want to.
Yeah, well, hold on. Contractually speaking, we can't talk about any other. Singing
that A blank T show sucks. We
yeah.
love The
Yeah,
Voice.
no, I'm under contract for another 25 years. So.
Oh shit! Oh, NBC, we love you. Is that who does The
Ball
Voice?
and chain, yeah.
What is that thing sitting next to you? I have to know. What is this sitting next to you on the other side of you?
Grammys.
This? Oh, these are my awards, my trophies from The Voice.
Oh, my bad. Can't talk about it. Bring Remy on. She's gonna bring it all up, so you're fine.
No,
it's all right. Like I'm used to it at this point. You know.
What has been your favorite moment of The Voice?
What's that?
He wasn't on The Voice. We're not allowed to talk about it.
We can talk about The Voice, just not any competitors.
Oh, okay.
Oh no. Yeah. Oh, you got. Oh no, I was testing you guys. Oh, you're right. I was on American Idol.
Who's a better singer, Paula Abdul or Katy Perry? They both suck. Trick question.
Well,
not true.
Paula Abdul is before my time, so I'm gonna go with Katy Perry. We
before your time.
TikTok together, so I don't want to lose her follow. I'm gonna go with Katy Perry. She's more relevant. It's better for my career.
Yeah, you got to keep those bridges.
I love your honesty, Christian. Your honesty is phenomenal. No, thank you.
So
yeah, I learned that. Yeah, my father, Daddy Porter, he always taught me to be 100% honest and blunt all the time. That's how I got in The Voice, because I was like, honestly, I'm the best, and they were like, you win. But you have to go to American Idol.
It's all about confidence. That's what they look for.
Wait, I want to hear.
That's how I did.
I want to hear about this open mic coming up. What's going to be going on with this open mic?
All right, hold on. Back to Andrew. All right, so open mics are going to be starting on May 25th, alternating Wednesday. So Wednesday, May 25th is the first one, and then it's going to be. I'm not great at math. This is an Andrew trait. So I don't know what 7 days from the 25th is, but it will be 7 days. Or I'm sorry, 14 days from the 25th.
That's sometime in June. You're fine. Just keep going.
Yeah, sometime in June. But every other Wednesday, starting on May 25th, that'll be the Sorrenti's open mic. It'll be like a little intimate setting on a patio, like a covered patio though. So like it'll be chill and full PA setup. Acoustic guitar and electric guitar will be available for anybody to use. Yeah. So it'll be a fun time.
Autographs
no
that night
or anything.
Are you doing any
He
autographs?
thought you're gonna sign his ass. That's what he's curious about.
Well, Andrew's definitely not notable enough. I mean, like he had to win a contest to get me, here. But I don't think he can afford to get me to one of his open mics. Me, Christian Porter. But if I do go and you see me, I'll think about signing an autograph. Yeah.
We actually have Christina Aguilera backstage. She wants to talk to you, Christian. Can we put her through?
Yeah,
she's actually married to a guy that I went from my high school in my grade.
Really?
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
When are we getting them on?
Never. I was just saying.
Right now.
So, all right. So, listen. What do we have any other musical projects we want to talk about? Or we're just doing the solo stuff right now.
Yeah, just follow Andrew Tirado on Facebook, Andrew Tirado 19 on Instagram. I post all my gigs coming up. I have a lot of stuff coming up. Also on Wednesdays, starting on the 18th. So the Wednesdays that I'm not doing the open mic will be a Latin night at the Happy Hour Bar and Grill located in Stroudsburg, and that's going to be Latin instrumental guitar, like more like a flamenco, like a chill type of feel, you know, and it's pairing with a paella special that they're having at the restaurant, and like no bullshit, like their food is like actually fire, and it's like affordable too, so yeah, if anybody sees this,
and
and
so
wants
is
to
your
come
guitar
through.
playing. Your guitar
thanks,
playing
man.
is pure fire.
Your guitar playing too, man. Like, this is Andrew speaking. Dude, you're like all the clips I was telling Nick, like all the clips I've seen of you guys. Like, I'm jealous of your stage presence, man. Like when I'm up there, like I feel like I'm so enclosed, but you guys like really like you really have like a vibe. So that's really cool, man.
Nick makes us smoke crack before every show, and we just get really like amazing after that. I don't know what it is. It's the magic of crack.
I'm strict on that. Strict rule.
Lakers won championships on crack. You
know That's what I'm saying. You know, I mean, come on, if Magic and all those guys were having fun, you know, I'm like, come on. No, but honestly, you're an awesome guitarist, dude, and I would love to get up at open mic with you one day and freaking just do a little something.
Yeah, that would be great.
I'm trying to move up
look
that
out
way.
For any original stuff coming out. I will, Andrew Tirado. I will be like posting either like clips or like short little like little clips, audio clips of like original music that I'm writing that I have, because some I have like already done, but like I want to have the whole thing done before I start like releasing. But yeah, on my pages and everything, and please come check out a show. And
hell yeah. And as you can tell, you're a lot of fun and you're going to be entertained. So everyone, go and follow Andrew right now. We'll get the links up again. And thank you so much for coming on. We had a lot of fun.
You're so welcome. And as Christian Porter, you're extremely welcome. Everybody out there.
No. All right, we'll catch you later, Christian. Good luck on the voice.
Right, I gotta catch a flight, guys.
Yeah. Yo, that was great. All right, Nick, we got another music video, but before we do, make sure you go follow Andrew Tirado. He's awesome. He's taking over PA, and trust me, that one video you saw is just the beginning of all his stuff. He's got a lot of great, cool guitar work. I'm jealous.
I was talking to him during sound check. He's doing an EP where he's doing everything. He's doing the bass. He's doing the vocals. He's even doing a little saxophone. So he's very talented. You should check him out. Yeah.
That's awesome. All right. Well, we're taking a little quick break. We're going to a little bit of music. And on the other side, we got Danny, who's been hanging backstage patiently. Awesome singer-songwriter. So we're going to be talking to him going up to Canada. Eh? All right. We'll be back.
Find a way to work it out. 'Cause when you hold me so close and you squeeze me so tight, I know that we will find a way to work it out. Find a way to work it out. Melt me with those eyes. How could I ever say no. I know that we will find a way to work it out.
Welcome back, everybody. You were just listening to Copperfields. We had them on the show last week. They did a live performance. It sounded exactly like that. Those guys are tight as hell live. Really great harmonies. Really nice little lead. So you're definitely going to want to check them out. We're going to be having them back for a special episode coming up. So you don't want to miss them. But we got an awesome guest who you're going to love as well. Going all the way up to Toronto for this next one. We got a singer-songwriter. Please welcome Danny Horovitz to the show.
Hey, Jimmy, what's going on? How are you?
What's up, Danny? How you doing?
I'm doing good. I really enjoyed that video from Copperfields. I'm going to go listen to more of their music after this show. I love the banjo. It's awesome.
I'll tell you what. A nice banjo, like, played just right in the mix. I was, like, digging that, too. It's like, it's got this whole energy to it.
Yeah.
I love it.
I'm in the studio right now working on more songs, and we just put the banjo on one of the songs, and like it completely changed the character of the song. It's a great instrument, underutilized, and you know when you go into the studio and every time you add a new layer, you just realize how much more there is to all of these instruments. I hired a strings guy to add cello and violin, and suddenly these songs pop in a way they didn't before. So the banjo is one of those instruments, and really bizarrely, rice shaker, I never realized until I got into the studio, is maybe the most fundamental make a song pop instrument. And now I hear it in songs everywhere, and I never used to.
Isn't that amazing? I know. You know who I always like listen for those things are the Beatles and the Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
And the Stones in particular, because they had more time to experiment more. You'll hear a lot of little weird instruments in that background. So I love that. So you're a big, you like to overdub, I see.
I do, and I love those bands. I mean, Beatles are my favorite, and they don't get enough credit as being a great rice shaker band, if you ask me. That's what people need to. Yeah, actually, so on my studio albums, I don't play most of the instruments. I hire musicians who can do it really professionally and really well. I just write the songs, and I might do a little bit of guitar, but I do the non-drums percussion. So I'll do the rice shaker and the tambourine. And the hardest thing in the world is to play the same thing over and over for 3.5 minutes. It is unbelievably hard, and I know I sound like a real wimp when I talk like that.
Trust me, I know, because I did tambourine on our last one, and that I started to hurt my hand. I was like, freaking, people don't know, and you're like doing this thing. Trust me, I get it.
The struggle is real.
And just like one off a little bit kind of throws it off, and then you might like not recover right from it, and then before you know it, the train crashed.
Yeah. Oh, hey, while we're talking about the studio albums, because I just released the first album recently. That's why I'm here on the show. Can I just give a small little note that a guy named Michael Rycraft was my album artist on this album, and he passed away yesterday. He was a little older, but he had some health problems. He was an amputee. Lovely guy, huge personality, like a legend in the Toronto music and album art scene in particular. He won a Juno, which is like our Canadian Grammy for album artist, and I was just really lucky to work with him, to know him, and I just wanted to put that out there into the ether that he did some awesome work.
That's awesome. And how did you guys come about meeting each other?
When I first got into the studio, I was thinking, boy, I need to have some visuals for my music, because I was late to record music for some, most of my time playing music. I was just playing in my room, or maybe I do open mic nights. So I got to the studio. It's a whole other story. But I was thinking, how do I get album art? So I Googled top Toronto album artists. His name came up. They did profiles on him. And I just kind of cold called him in like January, February of last year. He got back to me. He heard some of my early roughs. He liked them. And then we just kept talking, and he gave me some really good career advice over the many months, and just generally good advice for like how to, put your music out there, what things require. He also funny. So two funny things. One is he actually really wanted me to print off CDs, and I had to explain to him like nobody really buys CDs, but he was sure everybody was still buying CDs, which I thought was fun. And that might be true for a certain segment of the population. And then the other thing is, do you know who Bruce Cockburn is?
The name sounds so familiar.
He's huge in Canada, and he had like a couple of big hits, I think, internationally throughout the 80s and 90s. So he's well known in like the singer-songwriter scene, but in Canada, he's like a legend. And when my album was starting to get ready and he was putting everything together, he called me up and said, I have to delay putting the final touches on your package for a week because Bruce Coburn called me out of the blue and he needs something on an emergency basis. So I'm bumping you for Bruce Coburn. But the upside is now you've got a story out of it. And the story would have hit a lot harder, I think, had you known who he was. But
Shoot, I'm sorry.
No, Google the song Lovers in a Dangerous Time. The Bare Naked Ladies covered it, also a Canadian band, but it's a Bruce Coburn original, and it's just a tremendous song. So Michael Rycroft, lovely guy, worked with some of the greats, and I was lucky to work with him.
That's awesome. And that's special that you got to share that, before his passing. I didn't realize Bare Naked Lady was from Canada. That's awesome.
What?
I know.
Bare Naked Ladies, they're like the Canadian Beatles. There's another band called the Tragically Hip. They're like the Canadian Rolling Stones, but these are like the top two
They had a lot
bands
of
maybe of all time out of this country. What do you come on?
I know Jim Carrey's from Canada.
Yeah, a lot more people than you think are from Canada because we look and sound just like Americans, and it's easy to confuse us.
I love it. So you've been doing a lot with the music. Is there one thing on your bucket list that you're like hoping to like really strike off, like maybe playing with a certain artist on stage or performing at the Junos?
It's so funny. I was in the audience at the Junos last night, and it just seems like such an enormous thing. I wonder, that would be cool. But the funny thing is I'm trying to be more and more just like, here's my music. I want to make it on my terms. I want to love it the way I love it. I love these songs, put it out there, find an audience, and any single person who wants to hear it and like it, for that I'm eternally grateful. And I'll try not to have any extra expectations. But if I do set goals, like if I want to put on a concert, well, then that's something I want to do, and I'll make it the best that I can. If I want to get into the studio and put the songs out, I want it to be, my vision, maybe, and obviously collaborating with my producer and the musicians and make it the best version of that song that I can. And this sounds really corny, but it's only because now I'm like a little older. When I was younger, all I wanted, like, the fame and the notoriety and all that stuff. And now I just want it to be its absolute best and hope whoever hears it just hears the work that went into it. So if I put on a bucket list, I just set myself up for disappointment, and I'm pretty happy where things are.
Well, I love it, and I know what you mean. Like, you just want someone to really like notice the stuff that you did in the song and the little time and effort you put in, and a lot of people don't realize actually, like you said, the rice shaker. You didn't even notice it until you started doing it. So there's so much that goes into it, so much money that goes into it. But it's worth it, and we love it as artists and creators. So only a small percentage of us too, which is exciting. But speaking of performances, you got that beautiful guitar in your hand. I'm going to shut up so we can hear your voice.
Yeah, thank you so much. This is one of my oldest songs. I wrote it when I was a teenager, and I still play it all the time myself for friends. It's called Free Tonight, and I really pushed for it to be on this first album because I love it. I hope you do too. Here you go. Close your eyes, feel my face, and take me in your warm embrace. The fears inside will always show, but hear the only truth I know. The shadows will not find you in the dark. City boys, city girls, and sleepless nights of city thrills. Electric heat from wildfires, promises of wild desires, but promises won't keep you warm tonight. Our worst fears, if we're being true, are growing old and feeling through with faded dreams we never kept, broken lives and hearts that wept. But our worst fears are shadows in the dark. Growing up means growing free, and growing free is the only thing that ever matters. So close your eyes, kiss me sweet, and hold me close beneath the sheet. That instant spark, that endless glance, the breathless touch of true romance, keep you and me free forevermore. Close your eyes, kiss me sweet, and hold me close beneath the sheet. That instant spark, that endless glance, the breathless touch of true romance. The words don't matter anyhow. The only thing that matters now is you and me, feeling free tonight. Just you and me, feeling free tonight.
Hell yeah, brother.
Thank you. Now, Jimmy, I realized that at soundcheck we had a whole discussion about the little tunes I need to make it sound good, and I didn't do the thing. The echo cancellation was still on. I apologize to everybody. It was like halfway through the song, and I can't just stop it.
I know.
So if you didn't think it was too echoey and you thought there was potential, go check me out on Spotify. Plus, we had piano. We had really lush like horns and this beautiful mandolin. And not that I'm here to pump up like Apple stock, but if you have one of the latest iPhones and you've got a really good headset of like something like Sony or Bose, I was listening lately to this and a lot of the sounds that I wanted mixed in that I didn't hear on my older model of phone before I lost it, I could hear again. And what my mixer, who's also my producer, did was just absolutely brilliant. So I just wanted to throw that out there, and I apologize for the echoiness, whatever that was.
No, I'll say this: it was good, and it wasn't echoey. If anything, it just muffled your guitar a hair.
Okay.
But honestly, it sounded better than it did during the sound check. So I
Great.
was pleasantly surprised. But I know I was like, I felt bad that I didn't remind you. But don't even sweat it. It was better than expected. Than we were.
That's what I love to hear when people come to see me. Better than expected.
You
Pleasantly surprised. Can we put this in like a 2-star Yelp review for my music?
Oh my God! Nick was dying when we said.
Hey Nick, what's going on?
It is a pleasure to officially meet you. That was an amazing
Remy.
performance. You sounded great tonight.
That was fantastic.
Thank you.
You didn't need the echo cancellation. You sounded great.
No, if anything, I think we could use more echo, Jimmy.
Yeah.
It's all Jimmy's fault.
No,
Anytime it's
no,
always
Jimmy
Jimmy's
was
fault.
great, lovely, and super helpful, and really pumped me up for this. So
That was great. No, this song was beautiful, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I really loved everything about it. It was a great ballad.
I really appreciate that. I wrote it when I was like a long time ago when I was a student in Montreal, and most of the songs that I wrote from that era are absolute trash, but there's like 2 or 3 that I still keep and I still play, and that's one of them. So when we were selecting songs for this album, it was like not on the list, but I was like, I think we got to put this one on the list. And what's cool is the other song that I really love from that era that I thought was I only love, that it would definitely be trash because it's way too like it sounds like I'm trying
putting
to
yourself down is driving me crazy. They're not all trash. But keep going.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so the other song made it onto the next round of songs, and so you have me back later on. Maybe I'll play that one and you'll hear it at that point. But so yeah, I'm really happy with that song and the way that it turned out, and also just because I think it was an early example of me trying to work like poetry into lyrics. I studied literature as a student. I love Leonard Cohen for his lyrics, and I love like music that sounds great. And then, you listen to music like 100 times because you love the sound. And then eventually you finally listen to the lyrics and like, oh, that's what this song is about. Sure. Oh, that's cool. And I want to write stories and poems like that. So that's kind of what it is. And if I can put a little rock into it, a little folks into it, but mostly I just want a melody and a story and then work with really great people and make it its best.
That's beautiful. And you're doing that.
Thanks.
You are.
Absolutely. And we were talking about the Beatles, and I could definitely hear the Beatles influence, like mostly in the chord progression style. And I was like, because they were really good at, what do we got? Oh, yeah.
I'm just looking at that right there.
That's got, I know that's the second half of their song, but I'm trying to think exactly. It's got Strawberry Fields.
Yeah, that's 67 to 70. So it's like, it's got that, Long Winding Road, Let It Be. Sorry, I interrupted you by pulling it, but that's my all-time favorite. I'll talk about them for an hour if you want.
Me too. If I showed you the posters in my room, I love the Beatles.
And the Beatles blanket on your couch.
That's right. They're crossing Abbey Road. No,
and they're not just a great rice shaker band. They also had like pretty good songs.
They're not great, right? You win. Comment of the night. You win.
What's one of your favorite Beatles songs?
I mean, the one that I go back to time and time and time again is Let It Be. I'd really love to say, like, I don't have any favorites because I switch it up. You know, I've just seen a face and I will, but also, like you said, Strawberry Fields Forever and In My Life and Something.
Yeah.
So really, like, there was just a kind of a magic lightning in a bottle. The one time in history where the most talented musical act was also the most popular musical act. It just infects your soul. But if it gun to my head, what would I say right now? I'd say Let It Be. That's the one I gotta say.
Am
One
I
of the greatest songs
Norwegian
ever written.
Wood fan here? No, nobody likes Norwegian Wood. Am I the
Oh,
only
I
yeah.
love Norwegian Wood, and that's a perfect example of the kind of song that I was talking about earlier, where I'm listening to it 100 times. I think it's just this story. I have no idea, and then later it turns out it's a story about a guy who's cheating on his wife with a neighbor, and then later I found out that it was based on an actual thing that happened.
Actually, I have no idea what the song's about.
Yeah.
So thank you.
I can sing you the whole song, but like you said, I didn't realize.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
When I awoke. Oh my God. Yeah. This bird had flown. Oh my God, dude. Yeah. Okay. So now wait, favorite song, but now who's your favorite Beatle?
I mean, that's an even harder one. Gun to, like, I'd rather not pick because I like other songs. Gun to my head, I would say Paul McCartney. I think he had a better ear for melody, and what John Lennon had was a better sense of those extra additions. He had some really interesting chord changes and timing changes. His lyrics were very strange and wacky and memorable. But right from the get-go, a lot of those Paul McCartney songs are just musically, like without being overly anything, they're exactly what you want out of a song. And I encourage you to go back and listen to a song called I Will Follow the Sun, which I don't even think has a bass in it, and he's the bassist. It's just this really beautiful melody about pretty much from what I think, if I remember, it's like a song about like we can't be together kind of a song, but it's got this kind of happy tune to it. And it's just a beautiful song off of Beatles for Sale.
Jimmy's pulling out the CD that has that track on.
You know what? I have the next one. I don't have.
Oh hell! Well, I mean, that one's got Yesterday on it. That's like the much more famous one that we could pull out, but it would be too cliche for me to.
I know.
No, it's never no Beatles song is too cliche.
What about Martha, My Dear?
Martha, My Dear is great. I didn't know it was written about his dog until years later, or maybe it wasn't written about his dog and he just named his dog Martha after that.
Yeah.
But that's another thing about Paul McCartney. He's got this interesting like ragtimey ability on the piano that just when you think the Beatles are into psychedelics and that's their new sound, he changes it completely and turns it back around into like an even different, older yet very quintessentially British pre-rock and roll sound with that piano that then you hear on Maxwell's Silver Hammer and a couple of other tunes. So he kind of like very subtly helped to, I think, reinvent the sound. And I'm not trying to take away from George Harrison or John Lennon or Ringo Starr, but gun to my head, I mean, I could talk about each of them. But if you have to
When you said you love something, so you threw a bone to George.
Yeah.
Now, Ringo, what are your thoughts on Ringo?
Man, I love Ringo because
let's not start the Ringo hate train.
He seems like the best friend you'd ever want to have. He shows up. He's the one Beatle in that Get Back documentary that always showed up on time, which is like the most important thing, especially for drummers who may, despite the fact that they keep time, are often often.
And he was a fun hang. He was a quintessential. He was a fun hang.
And he kept everybody together. So he shows up with like, like a song, and then he gets everybody else to contribute to it. I think he's the only Beatle that after the fact had every one of the other Beatles play on his records. And, not for nothing, he left the biggest band in the world that he was the star of to join the Beatles when they were nobodies. He had this like weird kind of swooshy motion to it. I don't know if it was technically good as a drummer, but it was cool to watch. So yeah, I love Ringo. That's my take on Ringo.
You just sold me on him. I'm liking him a little bit more.
And go back and listen to Octopus Under the Sea. It's a stupid song, but it's really, really fun. It's so fun.
Did you just take me off the screen? I thought you took me off the screen.
No, Nick disappeared.
Octopus.
Ringo is not a bad drummer. He loses a lot of credit for a lot of Beatles fans, but he's not bad.
There's also a beautiful song he did with Paul McCartney like maybe 10 years ago. So they're already way, way, way past the Beatles, called Walk With You. And it's just a really sweet, beautiful song. And Paul McCartney does the chorus. And in that, the way it works out is Ringo, though he's got the main line, is actually singing the harmony line. And McCartney comes in with the harmony mix, but with what you'd expect the melody to be. It's called Walk With You, really beautiful song. And my favorite Ringo story is when he gets inducted into the Hall of Fame, Paul McCartney, I guess, called personally the people for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He's like, don't you understand? It's the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Ringo's very rock and roll, and he's very famous. So,
He is though. He catches a lot of shit, but he's really,
He was the first Beatle to appear on The Simpsons, which is important. And And one of those other things that The Simpsons predicted real life, where on that episode, he was like, I have too many fans. I can't write to the fans anymore. And then in real life, a couple of years ago, he was like, I have too many things to sign. I'm not going to sign anything anymore. So,
No, dude, The Simpsons are the future.
They are
crazy.
But we can't just talk about the Beatles. I also want to tell people that I write music, and it's available everywhere. Spotify.
You're not a Beatle?
Sorry?
I thought you played with the Beatles. You're not a Beatle?
Would I love to be able to lie to you and take it. Yeah. After
So-
Eric Clapton and George Martin, then I think it's me. I'm like next in line.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
So my music heavily influenced by the Beatles, but not just the Beatles. All the other people who were influenced by the Beatles in the next wave, so like Billy Joel, Paul Simon, Elton John, Carole King. I love all that sound. Rod Stewart, Van Morrison, Cat Stevens. A lot of the names that you know that just like wrote like really good pop songs. You're not exactly sure what their like genre would be, except for like kind of pop singer songwriter. I would love that. I love that stuff too. And so my grandfather, when I was a kid, had like a record store. And so my house growing up, and he lived in Montreal where I was born. I grew up outside of Toronto, but my parents still had this huge record collection of all that, what was then considered oldies and is now also still considered oldies. But like along with like, Alanis Morissette considered oldies. At that time, Alanis Morissette was new.
No.
I had all those oldies.
No.
The Beach Boys and Four Seasons and all of these like great harmony and melody acts. So that's kind of all influential. But yeah, so to bring it all back to me for a moment, but yes, the Beatles are by far the number one.
I know, it's crazy to think that Alanis Morissette is classic rock now.
I'll tell you what's really crazy that just blew me away. Avril Lavigne was at the dinner last night doing a medley of like her greatest hits, and she was like the old person giving Shawn Mendes an award now. And I'm like, Avril Lavigne's the old person. Avril Lavigne is like 30 years old. Like, there's no way. But it turns out, 20 years goes by like that. So going back to like not having expectations and just putting your best foot forward. And for anyone out there who's a creative soul, like if you're not doing something creative and you want to, do it and don't worry about the results, because one day you'll be dead. So.
Well, listen, if Nick, do you have a music question? Because I have a take it off topic question.
Yeah, it's not related to his music, but more of the live productions that he's a part of.
Sure.
Okay.
So what's it like to be part of the live production around the world? And the world goes around, and being that it's live, are there any hurdles that you kind of have to deal with when you're doing live productions, especially the first time you do it?
So Nick, you've hit on something very near and dear to my heart. And the World Goes Round is a show. It's a musical that's kind of the greatest hits of these two guys, Cantor and Ebb, who are old-time Broadway stars. Now, the thing that I haven't really said, because I don't, it's not really about my music normally, is that I'm a lawyer by day, and this is a specific thing I do every year where I get together with a bunch of other lawyers and we put on a whole musical, and we do it to raise money for a local feminist theater company in Toronto called the Nightwood Theater. You can look them up. They do amazing stuff every year. And so it's a fundraiser. That is a whole setup, because it's like fantasy camp for musical theater nerds like myself. And you get there and they rehearse and they'll direct you and they'll help you with your singing. And at the same time, I'm in the studio. So it's like everything is helping me become a better singer, becoming a better performer, putting more emotion and not too much emotion into things. Then when you get on stage and you're part of this team, the first night that I was on stage, my mic was off and I had to project to the crowd, but it didn't matter because the band was able to regulate themselves, and the mixing people regulated the band down, and it just worked. When it's done well, you're like a cohesive team. And when it's not done well and you're still having fun, it doesn't really matter. The audience just feeds off the energy. It's super fun. Different from my own music, which I don't really get a band. When I do live, it just is like me doing a cover of my own music with one acoustic guitar, just out there intimately with the audience. I don't have a band behind me. I don't even try to replicate what's being done in the studio. It would take a lot of money, a lot of effort, a lot of rehearsal and time. I just love to have the best joy that I can on stage. When I'm working with the theater company, they're professionals. They give you all the training that you need, and they have lights and everything. It's great. Does that answer the question? What was the question? Who am I? Where do I come from?
Yeah, that was amazing. Yeah, you nailed it. You're great, and if you're in the area, for anyone watching, go to his live productions. Keep an eye out, follow him so that you can see when he's doing his next one, because I have a feeling it's going to be great.
Thanks.
I do have one quick question. Is that okay? No, is it all right? It's really ridiculous. What is that poster behind you? It's driving me crazy.
The Circle of Fifths. So
It is okay. That's what I thought.
I'm glad you asked. Thank you for noticing. I like to like research everything that I buy in my house, and I was looking for something over the piano behind my shoulders. I learned to play the piano like 2 years ago when I moved into this place. I was like, I bought a piano for my what would otherwise be a reading room, and then I thought, well, if I get a piano, people can still sit because there's a piano bench, but also we can play music, and I have my guitar. And then like a day after I got it, I was like, well, it's stupid for me to have a piano and then not learn anything. So if someone comes over and says play something, and I could be like, sorry, it's just ornamental. So I had this housewarming party where I asked everybody to, instead of giving me like a housewarming gift, because I don't want anything, I'll buy my own stuff. Get me a record. I bought this new record player. So I have this whole collection of records. One of my friends is a music teacher. I asked her, can you get me, or she recommended to me, do you want a book on how to play the piano? So I took that and I learned a little bit. To be honest, I can't really play the piano, but I can play the chords. I was looking specifically for something that has all of the notes for all of the different keys. So that if I want to write a song in a certain key, I can just kind of look and like count 1, 2, 3, 5, and like figure out where the notes are. I was looking for something really cool, really original. I didn't want it to be like one of those Etsy things. It's actually just a reprint. And I found on Reddit, some guy had been soliciting inputs from musicians to create this very thing. And I was like, that's exactly perfect. I messaged him and I said, can I buy this from you? He's like, actually, if you want, here's a high gloss PDF printed at your leisure. And a couple of weeks later, he ended up, I think, sells it online. Let me just look because I should really give a shout out.
So if you go the other way, is it fourths?
Pardon me?
If you go the backwards way, it should be fourths, no?
Shit, Rem's pulling out her music knowledge over here. All right.
At Studio Merc VR, so STUDIO MERCVRE made this beautiful stuff. I'm very grateful. And
no, it's actually very pretty and very useful.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm thoroughly confused, but I love it. I mean, I know about this.
Sorry.
For anyone who doesn't play an instrument, can I just add, like, it's far easier to learn to play the piano than you might think if you're interested in only playing chords and you're not looking to be Mozart. Guitar is really hard. Like, you got to learn the bar chord, and I have these tiny hands, and it's like really tough. Piano is just like. I want to
hear about tiny hands. Okay, I play bass, and I have tiny ass hands.
You know the struggle. But on piano, it actually doesn't really matter. A close-up of Elton John, he actually has tiny hands, and he plays piano beautifully. So if all you're interested in is playing chords to write songs. Piano, you can be very versatile, very, very versatile. I think pretty quickly on the piano, but really you should play whatever instrument you love and just learn it.
Well, brother, thank you so much for coming on the show. And where should everyone go to find you?
Find me. The best place is on Spotify, so you can listen to my music, or Apple Music, or wherever you get your music. You can see my name, Danny Horovitz. I'm not hiding. It's spelled just like that. 1 N and Danny V. On Instagram, I'm pretty active. That's where I'm most active, but also on Facebook. I'm on YouTube, on TikTok to a lesser degree on YouTube and TikTok a little bit, but Instagram, Facebook, and just I hope you listen to music. I hope you follow me, and I got more on the way. So please do follow me, and I hope we can talk again soon.
Heck yeah! We have plenty to talk about, so we definitely got to get you on real soon. So I know sometimes you just never have enough time for certain guests. Like I know we could talk another 2 hours, but. Thank you so much for coming on, and we'll definitely get you back soon.
All right. Thanks, Jimmy.
Oh, come back. Say that again. Thank you.
Thank you, Jimmy, and thank you, Nick and Remy, too. Thank you, everybody. Bye.
You got it, brother. Have a good one.
Too.
Here I am cutting people off. I'm sorry, guys. That's Danny Horovitz. Go and follow him right now. Has a nice, I love this. It's like a nice, clean songwriting. It reminded me, like I said, a lot of the Beatles. I heard the Leonard Cohen influences. So I like the songs. They're intricate. They got nice chords in there, nice chord progression. So go check it out. Like you said, he's got a lot of other instruments on there to fill it in a lot more. So you're really going to love it. Anyway, thank you so much for coming on, Danny, and I hope to talk to you real soon. All right, we got one guest left. If you guys are just tuning in, this is a Stereo Joe show. Thank you so much for tuning in. We got an awesome guest hanging backstage, the one, the only, Yorg Detroit. Let's welcome him to the show right now. What's up?
How you doing, brother? What's happening, bud?
Yo, thank you so much for coming on, bro. You're blowing up. Tell us everything that's been going on with the music lately.
I follow Danny Horowitz. That's what's up. It's my boy, and I liked like four of his I like 20 of his stuff. I'm the guy who does fire, because I just try to get the algorithm up for everybody. It's like, why do you comment so much? It's like, why don't you help this motherfucker out? You know, jeez.
Sure, you get it. Thank you.
And then the people are like making fun of you. You know you made it. It's like you really have that. So that's what you do. You notice that I'm annoying you online because I'm on it so much. Like I'm winning. That's like my whole. Oh, anyway.
I love it, dude. I know you've been on this journey, bro. You've been on a nice ride lately. What has been everything going on with you?
Man, I just like, hey, people out there, this guy found me. Jimmy, I didn't even know him. These guys are amazing. I'm just speechless. I love this so much love you guys for having me. And I don't know, I've just been in the music industry now for 20 years. I've done everything, man. I'm fortunate, but I don't have a hit. I need a hit. That's what I was telling you backstage. That's my number one goal. Yorg, what's your goal? Okay, I need a hit song. Like done, playing hand jobs and, sophomore year here. We are really having a good time. We are going to get a hit very soon. So I'm working with all these artists. I got a small label. I love, it's funny listening to Danny Horovitz. That if I was a 21, 23-year-old musician, I would have said the exact same thing he's saying. Those are all my favorite people. But right now, my favorite artist is like Chloe or like Kiana Lede or like her or SZA or Drake even. And I'm not even like about like that music like growing up, but yeah, hip hop like Salt and Pepper, like that was like some of my first stuff, Snoop. But I'm just all about hip hop now, even though I'm a songwriter and like, just I'm jamming like Nick is, but just all hip hop all the time. But anyway.
Well, no, you see what the future is, and like you said, you want to hit, and I know how that's getting.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And you got to go where the people are going. And it was funny, Danny was talking about CDs, or someone was talking about CDs, and they were saying like, they just aren't made anymore. And I saw the things that only 8% of people are listening to CDs as their music source. Yeah. So it's like you got to kind of go where the music's going, and clearly hip hop is definitely where it's at. So you got a label, you're putting out songs, you're blowing up on Instagram. What has been your favorite one of all those so far?
Oh, it's like I was saying, like my whole goal is music videos. So I've been investing in cameras and doing live streams. So I have a live stream show called Singers in the Round, and also Hyped Up live sessions. And then we have the Parliament Room sessions. So it's basically all these amazing venues in and around Detroit. One of them's all for singer-songwriters. One of them's more for multi-genre, which is Hyped Up. And then Parliament Room is more Americana stuff. But basically 5 cameras, and we try to catch all these amazing musicians. We're up to like 300 shows through the pandemic. We're quoted in Rolling Stone as being like on the our company, Broken Blanket Media, as being on the forefront of the live stream. And like when the whole shutdown happened, we were covertly doing these live streams in these venues, trying to keep them alive. And obviously we didn't be all masked up. It was crazy, but we got these amazing shows. So basically, and then all these artists I've been producing and putting out songs for and distributing, and it's amazing. So I don't even know where to start sometimes. So.
I love it, bro. You're smart, man. Honestly, dude. And you got your hands in everything because everything's connected. And you never know, right? I mean, and if you get something somewhere, it could turn to anything anywhere. So, I can tell we're of like mind. We started the Stereo Joe show during the pandemic. We tried to do a second show, but we're not as cool as you. You got 4 rolling. That's awesome.
It's a lot, man. You need, and then like once you start getting good, you're like, oh, that's why you need money, because you don't want to do it with 3 people. You want to do it with 4 at least. It's like, because the sound is never going to be perfect unless someone's listening to it for 15 minutes while everyone else is talking. It just sucks.
You're so right. Like there's so many little details, and the live aspect of it, just with the sound and being live, people don't understand the complications. Speaking of live sound, you got a guitar in your hand. Let's go to a live sound. Now, I think we didn't hit anything before, or did we? We did a little press a little button.
I remember.
Are you the man?
Right now. Okay, here we go. I'm echo canceling right now. Here we go.
I'll see you in a minute.
I was vibing and driving to the words they was rhyming on the east side of no regret. With sun always shining on me, it was getting harder for my body to find some rest. It was bag it and tag it and package it up. One day you're gonna have to take care of yourself. Lord knows I'm too old school to help from shining. How did you grow up? How did you grow up with so much soul? So much so, those haters and players and lovers and brothers just couldn't stop breathing on me. I got half a mind to smack you right across the face, but I'm saving up this battle for a later date. I was driving and flying and sailing all over the place, didn't have a way to navigate all alone. Should've known how to take over control. How did you grow up? How did you grow up with so much soul? So much soul. How did you grow up? How did you grow up? So much soul. Getting ready all alone up in the dark. Getting ready up in my car. Getting ready all alone up in the dark. Put my face on behind the bar. Getting ready all alone in the dark. Ready up in my car. Getting ready up in the dark. Put my face on behind the bar. So much soul. 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 Soul. So much soul. So much soul. Oh, how did you grow up? I don't know. How did you grow up? I don't know. With so much soul. How did you grow quicker? I don't know. How did you know how to? I don't know. So much soul. All right.
Holy shit, bro. That was fucking awesome.
I can never tell, so.
Dude, honestly, can you hit that echo thing? I'm so sorry. Or
I did.
Oh, it just went on. Good. Dude,
Damn.
honestly, you're good. Dude, it was so funny. I'm like, what is this? In my head, I'm like, I couldn't see the word. And then you said soul. And I was like, this is so soulful. You like literally, bro.
No,
honestly, dude, your cadence of the words, I was just like, man, how is he doing that? I wish I could do that. And then when you went low, you're like, do. I was like, oh shit, bro. Really? Let me get in Nick in here, dude. I was loving that.
I saw some hearts from Nick. I appreciated that. That was amazing. The Viking.
Dude, you killed it. That was amazing.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
That was beautiful.
Hey, thanks, Remy.
No, thank you.
I want to hear more about the circle of fours backward. Jeez.
But that's all it is, though. So
I know.
The circle of fifths, you just look at it
I know.
counterclockwise.
Like,
It's the same thing.
Yeah. Hey, the same chords to that is move on up. You know, Curse Mayfield for a greater day. Just a little faith. Or it's 7 o'clock on the dot. I'm in my drop top, cruising the street.
That's all it is, right? It's that easy.
Love that chord progression, man. But yeah, no, so I wrote that song called So Much Soul by Lindsay. It was like Lindsay with no D. And you can check her out. All her music on YouTube, wherever. She's played South by Southwest. I do South by Southwest every year. We're on 10 years. And this year we had 6 shows that I was in charge of, or had like hip hop, jazz, singer-songwriter, and then multi-genre like rock shows. Yeah. So anyway, so Lindsay, the bass player on that song, if you look it up, So Much Soul, is T Money Green. He was on Regulators. He was on Snoop Dogg, Gin and Juice, and What's My Name. He was on The Chronic, the Dre, and he was on California Love.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. So
That's insane.
really fortunate. Yeah, to be working with so many cool peeps. So
now, how did you become Yorg Detroit?
oh, okay. So I toured with the band for 10 years called Bump, B-U-M-P. And if you look, you might find us somewhere on there. We got like 3 albums out. But I opened up for the Black Crowes. I opened up for Hanson. Hanson's a great band. I always tell this story. They were amazing. And then I mean, geez, like so many, like, okay, I don't know if you know like Carl Denson's Tiny Universe or like Fareed Hawk out of Chicago. It was like we were a jam band. We could jam like fish, but we wanted to write pop songs. So it didn't work out. Like, well, anyway, let me tell you why it didn't work out, because we got so big that we, met all the people that were big in Detroit, Sponge and some other big bands. We knew like Kid Rock's crew, and Uncle Kracker took our rhythm section. Uncle Kracker he said, I need our rhythm section. And we said, you know what? Take him. Enjoy life. Because you know what? I mean, everyone's like, dude, Uncle Kracker. I'm like, okay, 5 number ones. They're like, 5? I'm like, yeah, do follow me in a little while. I'll still be thinking you make me smile. I could do. And then obviously the cover, what do you call it? Whatever. I'm just saying, there's like 5 number ones.
Oh, what is that? Take the beat, boy, and free my soul.
Give me the beat, boy. Give me my. And then there's another one too. I can't even think of. There's a couple other ones too, but I'm just saying, like, that's a whole show.
And he was also in that band, Everlast. Was he not in Everlast?
No, he was Kid Rock's DJ.
Oh, he was Kid Rock's DJ. Who am I thinking of in Everlast? My bad.
He got big enough where he's like, I'm not going to be the DJ. I'll open up some shows for you, but yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it's funny because you guys aren't from Detroit. It's like I feel like everyone knows this, like people in Detroit.
No, we're not from anywhere near Detroit.
Oh my God. Yeah, so that's our crew. They're the best people. Amazing. Uncle Kracker's still killing it. And then I don't know. Like, you remember that song? Oh, you'll love this. Remember that song? I'll put your picture away.
Yeah, Kid Rock and Show Crow.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, that was actually co-written by this guy Kenny Olson, and he's out of Traverse City, and he was Kid Rock's lead guitarist. But between him and Uncle Kracker and Kid Rock and stuff, it's a crazy. Oh yeah, Eminem. Like, so you remember 8 Mile? Do you remember Ms. Corona? She was the girl that threw down the gauntlet in the. Like, okay, so like that's like my best friend.
I mean, I'm saying I don't know if the other guys remember, but I'm like,
yeah, Ms. Corona. So like she's like a local legend, but she was just in India, and I was in India filming, and she's like, Yorg, what's it like in India? Is it crazy? I mean, it's a really small scene out here, and the people that are okay, like, you ready for this? Cherry Black. You guys were talking about Katy Perry. You like, I can't believe I knew last Friday night. Okay, so Katy Perry, she's got Cherry Black is her backup singer. I see Cherry every other day. And she's like, oh, bye, y'all. I'm going to Vegas. And then we're all watching a Saturday Night Live, and she's not even in, like, she's got a whole other, like, act for Saturday Night Live. I'm like, what gives, Cherry? She's like, I ain't complaining. She pays me good when she needs me, but it's crazy.
I mean, that's what it's about, though, right?
Yeah, it's. Anyway,
awesome. You're my hero, bro. Honestly, dude, you're awesome, man.
Yeah, you're a lot of fun to talk to. Honestly,
yeah. You've done a lot of cool shit, and then, all right. Before we go to this video, we're gonna play.
Oh yeah.
What's one of your favorite musical moments on stage?
I was thinking about this the other day. Geez, I don't know. Every single one of I'm always happy. I can't pinpoint. I mean, what's the one that was? Oh man, I used to love playing at the Music Factory in New York City. You guys know the Music Factory?
Yeah.
The Knitting Factory.
In Brooklyn. Yeah, it's in Brooklyn. Yeah.
And I always felt like whenever we played there, I remember it was like 3 weeks after we played there, Lady Gaga got discovered in the basement. This is like a crazy story.
That's a true story, but yeah.
Yeah, right? Yeah. And it's just, I felt like I just always loved those performances. I felt like I was in you guys like, whatever, that's fucking down the street. But, You know, coming from Detroit, it's
No,
always great.
none of us are thinking that. I mean, I can't speak for them, but I don't think they're thinking that either.
Oh, well, I'm just saying that, like, and then we were always scared of getting robbed in New York, so we'd party all night and we'd sleep until 8 a.m. in the van or two people always had to sleep in the van to like make sure, and we didn't want to leave one guy there, so just like stuff like that. But I love the Knitting Factory. I love playing at South by Southwest. I can't say enough about it. I feel because it's like 8 shows and you're showing everybody.
Is that in Austin?
In Austin, Texas.
It is in Austin. That's what I thought. Yeah.
So cool.
But like on stage, I mean, it's so funny. I feel horrible not being able to think of like that one time, you know, but
don't.
I feel like I don't know. I do feel like we have this saying, Madison Square Garden every night, no matter what. Oh, we're playing the bowling alley tomorrow. Madison Square Garden, bro. Yeah. Yes.
You better put us on your fucking guest list, though. We better be on the guest list.
Oh. Definitely. Wow.
No, but I know what you mean. If you treat every show like it's your biggest show, that's when you're going to do great performances.
Yeah.
And I agree, because a lot of people don't. Even if there's only one person there, you just never know. That could be your best fan for the rest of your life, you know? So I agree.
I got a really quick story. Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
So Mary Queen, her name's Q. You're going to love this story. She's the lead singer of How to Destroy Angels, was produced by Trent Reznor. Anyway, she's Trent Reznor's wife. They've been married for a while, but she was in a band called West Indian Girl, and we toured with them. And this girl, I swear, if you guys saw her, you're like, this is like you. I thought she was gonna hit before Gaga hit. Like this girl was the next thing. And she told me once at South by Southwest, they came in early and they saw our set, and she was like, "You're one of the best frontmen I've ever seen." And that was probably one of the best nights of my life. I don't know. When you see somebody that you respect that much give you a compliment, I don't know. Just stuff.
And that's huge. That's huge.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Definitely deserved, bro. You're awesome. I wish I could see a whole set by you.
Jimmy, can I queue up this next video?
Yeah,
though?
please.
Okay. So guys, Jimmy's like, what am I going to play? The last 4 years, I haven't had a lot of singles out myself. I'm in a band called Flash Clash. We did win the Best Electronic Music Act at the Detroit Music Awards last year. And we're also nominated this year. So we kick ass. We're a duo. We're from the future. Blah, blah, blah. You'd love it. Check it out. Flash Clash, one word. But right now, I'm producing so many artists, and we're trying to make a hit. So this song is called Cocaine Cowboys, and it's by an artist named Lewis Hensley. And we produce every day, this guy Lewis and I, and he just won Best Country Single at the Detroit Music Awards. But it's not totally country. We call it hick hop. You know that, like, yeah, right. It's country, so he calls it country hop and roll. And and I don't like country, but for some reason, this country like pop has been really getting to me. Where it's like, oh, that's how you write a pop song nowadays, and it's a little bit like rock. Anyway, long story short. We also have a film company. This is the most expensive music video that we've ever filmed. 4 locations, Miami, Detroit, the Old West in 1883. We time traveled. And then where else? Illinois. We went and did some stuff. Check it out. I want you guys to check it out. It's Cocaine Cowboys. Blow it up. We are trying to make it go viral.
I love it.
Well. So, yeah. I co-wrote it, and I'm in the video.
Oh. Let's do it. Let's get
most important.
Yep. 'Cause I ain't the one, but I get it done. Riding out west with the rising sun. Hat in the sky, hand on my gun. Hat in the sky, hand on my gun. Don't tell nobody that I'm carrying weight. I have to hustle to make it, Lord, for heaven's sake. Knowing that I've never been the type just to bow down and wait. No, we don't know those type of men. I live with dirt on my hands. Don't know nothing about that. Them bags was all in my way. Setting off that dynamite and them men just float away. Them sheriffs telling me got warrants raided my place. I get on the ride around in that Bronco when they say, yeah, we them cocaine cowboys. We them cocaine cowboys. 'Cause I ain't the one, but I get it done. Riding out west with the rising sun. Hat in the sky, hand on my gun. Hat in the sky. was the dirtiest plates. The struggle had me committing crimes, whatever it takes. I put the world up on my shoulders and in hopes that it breaks. I keep on praying till the end. I've seen the blood on my hands. Don't know nothing about that. Them bags is all in my way. Setting off that dynamite and them benches thrown away. Them sheriffs telling me got warrants straight in my place. I gave them the ride around in that Bronco when they say, yeah, we them cocaine cowboys. We them cocaine cowboys. Yeah, we them cocaine cowboys. We them cocaine cowboys. Cause I ain't the one, but I get it done. Riding out west with the rising sun. Hat in the sky, hand on my gun. Hat in the sky, hand on my gun. Them chefs telling me got warrants straight in my place. I gave them the ride around in that Bronco when they say, yeah, we them cocaine cowboys. We them cocaine cowboys. Yeah, we them cocaine cowboys. We them cocaine cowboys. Yeah, we them cocaine cowboys. Yeah, we them cocaine cowboys. Cocaine cowboys.
Yeah, cocaine cowboys. I love it, bro. I'm sitting here back here dancing the whole time. What's up, Nick?
Dude, that was that music video definitely looks like it took a lot of time and a lot of money to put together because that came out really cool.
I honestly was so excited because I mean I've been in with that song. So you know how it is with songs from the beginning. Is it that good? Like I hope that was all. It was my whole life for on and off from real jobs, But yeah, so I'm just interested to see what people think. I think it's awesome.
Dude, I thought it was so well done. I was like noticing how you guys dropped out the beat at one point. You had these killer harmonies ringing through, but just before you did it, there was like the cocaine cowboy, and then there was like this underneath voice that came in. Then everything kind of cuts and the harmonies keep going. So I was like, ooh, like, this guy knows the formula. Honestly, I thought it was really nicely done.
Thank you. I read this. I mean, you guys read about? Okay, you guys probably know this. Why is Kanye so good?
Remy, I don't know.
Rolling Stone
Why are you
an
looking
article
at
about
Remy for that? I can give you
Remy.
answers. Honestly, he has great hooks.
Remy,
That's a
you ready
big
for
deal.
this? 78% of the tracks on each track are vocals.
Really?
When you listen now, you listen to every single song, everything is based off of vocal chop and then harmonized.
Yes.
Boosh, and then all of a sudden the beat comes in. But in reality, the only thing we're hearing is a hardcore bass and a shitload of weird ass vocals, and then somebody rapping over them.
And who doesn't love a hardcore bass? Sorry, had to say it.
No, it's great. No, I'm just saying, but at the same time, there's the
I'm a
beat.
I'm a bassist. That's the only reason.
Yeah, so Remy, that's all you need. So
what do you need? You need a hardcore bass.
For newer stuff. So
No, of course.
they've never made that stuff before, until now. So that's why it's newer music. Because
But you also need the bass drop. You need the dynamics in that song as well.
Yes,
the dynamics are very important.
But where most people would fill in with instruments, Kanye just filled in with weird ass vocal fucking chipmunk loops.
And it worked though. It worked.
No, it's great. It's
genius.
So what's why is that so good? So I guess they did this scientific study that the more that we hear the vocals, that's what actually draws us in is the human voice.
Yep.
Always trumps instruments. That's why it's such the bit. Why do you need why all of a sudden because someone's singing over it is it worth that much more? Because that's the main melody and we need it to be out of whatever. And then
no, you're so right.
No, that's how the human brain relates. I mean, that's science. So
I mainly only write for women now. Why? Okay, you ready for this? Because you know that there's.
I'm not sure I'm ready for this.
No, this is great. Okay. All right. Children's like elementary schools. Do you know that there's a thing to keep kids off of elementary schools at night? You know what it is? These high-pitched noises that we don't hear after 17 or 18 years old. It's a high-pitched noise. It's like a dog whistle for young kids. It gives them headaches. It makes them feel like, it literally makes them nauseous, right? Okay. So the point is that if a woman is singing and she's got the higher note and she's actually hitting it full voice, she always wins, because every human wants to hear the main melody in the highest register possible. That's why Mariah Carey always won. You know, it's insane. And then if you think about it, this is what really blew me away. If you take Adele, Beyonce, and like 10 other female, Mary J. Blige, all those, right? Okay. You can either look at it like they make 90% of the money, and then everyone else is scammer in the music biz is scampering for 10%. Or you can look at it like that those 11 women are a whole other business. It's not even music. And then it makes you feel a little better. It's serious. You know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying.
Yeah, if there's an industry, that blew me away. And then Quincy Jones at Harvard, he's like,
no, I have to. I know. I don't. I have to disagree with you. No, I believe that Mariah Carey has a very beautiful voice, and that is music. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I'm saying it's the best thing ever. Oh my god!
So I don't know how you can just say that's not music, because it is.
Oh
music.
wait, did I say? No, I'm saying that's the best.
I know what you mean. No, you're saying like the vocal, like I've seen the studies. Like for some, like not for some reason, but since you're a baby, the first thing you hear is the human voice. So like we just have it in our brain so much that naturally that is why it's the favorite element of music. Definitely the voice is music and singing is music, but out of all the different instruments, the voice instrument is the one that people just gravitate towards the most. And then like he was saying, these girls that have the higher register, like that's like one of the most appealing things to the human ear. And another thing that the most popular beat is what our heart rate is. Because
128
naturally have a connection to it. So that's awesome that you know all that stuff and that you utilize.
Remy, I have to say, I'm sorry if I meant Mariah Carey, Whitney, like they're the best. That's what I'm saying. You can't beat that. That's what I'm trying to say. Oh my God. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. He was saying like they're an industry of themselves.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. We shouldn't feel bad that that's the greatest thing ever.
No, you shouldn't feel bad, because men also make fantastic music. I mean, all my favorite artists are men. So there's that too.
But from the money aspect.
Of course. And I mean, oh my God. We could talk forever. But I'm just saying that that's we
got days of conversation, bro. Days of
sometimes I listen to my daughter. She listens to like Kid Bop. You ever would listen to Kid Bop?
Unfortunately, I have been exposed to Kid Bop.
Remy, some of those tracks are better than the originals.
They are.
They are right.
Disturbing. And I'm like, what the hell?
Oh my God! It's like what's that song? Yeah, we used to be a team running the streets. Yeah, we was living out our dream. Oh, man, they killed that one, dude.
They did. No, they did.
Dude, I love that you're playing this mini guitar and you just rock that song.
You just rock Kids Bop. So
I want to tell you guys that I don't have anymore. So here's what I love about it. It's got the built-in tuner and a really nice it's plug-in, and it's got a Fishman pickup, so it doesn't matter if it's plugged in. It sounds like a freaking Gibson, or it's great.
No, it's beautiful.
I can bring this on the plane.
The tone is fantastic.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's a Yamaha. I got another little Martin version too, but it's kind of busted up. But
it's got a cutout.
Good.
It's got everything on that thing. It's got
a looper, the RC600, guys. Oh my God!
I have an RC350, I think.
Remy traded it.
Not even as close as
Get the 600 just came out. We've been waiting 10 years. Now 6 channels real time with the good
holy.
The good foot pedal, so like you can actually play it while you're playing live like acoustic.
Yeah, I'm not talented enough to handle all of that, but
so you do looping in your performances too.
Oh, that's all. Yeah, basically I do exactly what Ed Sheeran does. Like I love it. I love like doing like one loop just
I love Ed Sheeran.
yeah, like one loop just the drums, one loop just the bass, one loop just a lot of backing harmonies, and then one loop the guitar. So then you can cut it out and you can mix real time like you're mixing a song on Logic or Pro Tools, whatever, So
I didn't know that it was Ed Sheeran did that. I had no idea.
Oh yeah, dude. If you watch early Shape of You, he like pioneer. Well, didn't I mean, who's the best at looping? Or okay, if you
Victor
really want to
Wooten,
get nuts,
but I'm not gonna go there.
who
Victor Wooten?
Keller Williams, really.
Yes.
I mean, but I, he's so jammy, that like there's not a lot of, but yeah, he was amazing, but
Hey,
yeah.
Speaking of Ed Sheeran, did you guys see that little clip that was going around on Facebook and Instagram where it was like the dude was outside and he's like $2 for a 30-second Ed Sheeran peep show, and people were like, yeah, right. And then people would go in and they would open the curtain and there was Ed Sheeran.
Oh,
and then,
no way.
And the people were like, it was so cool. It was cool. It was play 30 seconds of one of his top hits. It was pretty cool, like little thing to do.
Oh, so good.
Now, sorry.
No, well, I was saying he's great. I mean, he can't be. And then his songs creep up on you. You don't think they're as good as they are, and then they're the best song ever.
They're really good. He was on the streets until John Mayer found him, actually.
Oh, sure. Jeez. Do you remember Once, that song, that movie Once?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
God, it's such a good movie. It's just like what. Yeah.
So I was gonna say you got your hands in a bunch of different things, but I was gonna ask you what's something that you haven't gotten into yet that could possibly be on the horizon. Painting.
I filmed in India for Oprah's Guru a month ago because we won my filming team won the Idlewild Film Festival. We won the best documentary for this movie about kids who couldn't rehearse during COVID at this music school in Flint, Michigan. And Flint, Michigan, all the crap's going on with the water.
Yeah.
So it's like these kids trying to make it. And we got the Grammy-winning Dover Quartet to be in it, blah, blah, blah. We start getting all these calls. I can't tell. I don't know. I'm a yes man. Like you got to say yes. You got to collaborate. I was telling everybody, my hero is the guy who wrote The Sneaky Swede, the Swedish guy. He wrote all of like Taylor Swift songs and I Want It That Way. That big producer, whatever, collaboration is all, what I'm saying? Like, even if you wrote the hit song, the biggest song ever, go out and meet an artist you've never met ever and write a song with them. Collaborate, just that's all it is. And then they have a TV show for you, go hang out, go be on the TV show. You got something you need them for. That's all it is.
Dude, you're definitely one of the most interesting and coolest people we've had on the show. We've had a lot of cool people on the show, but dude,
Horowitz is sick. He's killing it. I'm DMing that mofo.
Dude, you mentioned Sponge before, and I've got to open up for them a couple of times. I was like,
get out of here.
They still sound great.
Cigarette stains on your hands.
I love it.
Flowers in a vase. I said, how are you? Yeah, how are you? Man, it's the best. That was my favorite song.
No, they run the Jersey circuit though, but they really are great.
So he's in a band called Crud. He's in 4 bands. Vinny
Sponge and Crud.
And they do like hardcore, like Halloween metal. And we opened up for them as Flash Clash. I mean, I can't. I got stories for days, man. So like Bob Seger's horn section. He was John Rutherford. He's in our band Flash Clash. He does a bunch of stuff, and he owns one of the biggest venues out here. And he'll be like, because horn sections are hard to come by. Noel Gallagher from Oasis was in town. It's like, hey, I need you for the fucking.
Did he throw beer cans at his brother while he was performing?
I'm a huge Oasis fan. So then like John Williams, like he's like, oh yeah, I just played the Star Wars theme with John Williams, and then like, I mean, you name it. So I mean, I just get and Bob Seger, just hearing the back. I grew up with Bob Seger's saxophone players, family, Alto Reed. I don't know if you remember Alto Reed. Turn the page.
So good.
To finish the last point I made. So what's the most human instrument? The saxophone. That's why it's the only thing that can be the lead singer without actually singing.
Yeah, very true.
That's it. It's the most expressive, like human voice kind of, So yeah. I mean, wow. Anyway,
we got a sax player, especially just for that reason,
dude. You guys check out Sexy Sax, man. It keeps me in stitches every single day. It's like this guy who goes around with his shirt off and he only plays Careless Whisper. Come on, you've seen it.
No, I haven't. I don't know about them, but I have.
Look up Sexy Sax, man. Careless Whisper. You're like, and he just goes, and people are like, oh, hey, you want to hear something? Oh yeah, I know that one. And he just plays Careless Whisper over and over. It never stops. It's amazing.
I love Sasquatch. Have you guys seen Sasquatch? The guys he plays saxophone, but he dresses like a Sasquatch.
Oh, looking it up.
He's great. He calls himself Sasquatch. Fantastic. It's actually fantastic.
Wow. Well, if you guys are in Detroit, Jimmy, if you're in Detroit, man, anything. I got 2 studios. Anything you need, man.
Trust me, bro. You're someone I want to link up with.
Yes, absolutely.
I'll teach you the circle of fourths.
Yeah, that's right.
We're bringing you your very own poster.
I can't wait, man. I'll frame it up in the main studio here.
Well, listen, what you shouted out a lot of things, and we got some links here. But what should everyone go check out? How do we get in touch with you? Where do we find you?
Yes, I was saying, go to my All the Way Free is my label, and it's got all the artists I work with that are on a label. And then Yorg Detroit on Instagram, Yorg Detroit on TikTok, and check out my band Flash Clash, just like how it sounds, one word, Flash Clash. Dude, you guys would love Flash Clash. We're like, you remember Howard Jones? Whoa, 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 whoa. You know the 80s, dude? It's like old 80s, like super synth pop. I'm obsessed with that stuff, dude. Like, man.
Dude, your energy is infectious, bro. You must.
It is, though. It really is. I don't want to stop talking to you because it's fantastic.
I just love talking music. You guys even care about this shit, you know? I wanted to jump in on some of the Horovitz conversations, like the Van Morrison stuff, like all those bands. Like I'm obsessed with the band. Remember the band? Like The Last Waltz is the greatest thing that ever happened to me. But you know, like no one would know that because I'm like obsessed with like Drake. You know, like.
Well, I love that you are just into so many different things and you draw influence from so many different things. Your energy, I promise you, I'm checking you out, man, and I'm going to be finding more stuff. And listen, we would love to have you on again. You're awesome. One of the best dudes I've met on the show. So really, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, man.
Thanks, guys. Love you a lot, man. Love you guys. Love you, Remy. Love you, Nick.
It was great to meet you, man. Thank you.
Yeah, Yorg Detroit. Love that dude. Guys, Yorg was so cool, man, honestly, wasn't he?
That was so fun.
Dude, just alone in the music videos that he's doing, he has endless stories that he can go on. But I don't even think we really touched upon the different movies that he made music for, which I think could be an entire conversation on its own.
I want to bring him back, though.
I know.
That's crazy, dude. But listen, Yorg, will you come back on again and tell us about that, please? Yes, he said, "Fuck yes, I love it. I love you, Yorg." He's the man, guys. And Yorg, I didn't tell you, but Christian Porter offered to do a track for you for $129 or something. He's funny. It's in the back comments if you look at it right now. It's funny.
Is it really?
You were awesome, and guys, thanks so much to Remy and Nick for all the hard work you guys do every week. Guys, this is one that we got to get out there because this was a great episode, and I was so thankful that Yorg and Danny and Andrew, Christian, and of course Cyris, our boy. It was a lot of fun. You guys are great as always, and I'm so thankful, you guys. I love you guys so much, and thanks everyone for tuning in. We'll be back next week. It's the Stereo Joe Show. See you later, guys.